Mourinho joins us tomorrow on Breakfast. Mourinho now, of course, in charge of Roma. And Alex, Roma have got their man. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Jim. You might want to ask José tomorrow about a certain Granit Xhaka. The Arsenal midfielder has this morning agreed a 5-year contract with Roma. It's a £15 million fee for Arsenal up front. Could rise with add-ons. I think this is the start of a really busy summer for Arsenal, and I would now expect them to use some of that Granit Xhaka money to make a formal bid for Ruben Neves. He's a player that Wolves are willing to sell this summer to raise funds for their own rebuild. It will cost Arsenal £40 million, but very much Neves now Mikel Arteta's top target. And staying with Arsenal, Matty Ryan, of course, spent the second half of last season on loan at his boyhood heroes. There is a possibility that loan could become a permanent move, although it's just been suggested to me that Ange Postecoglou, who managed Matty Ryan for Australia, could also be interested in taking the Brighton goalkeeper to Celtic. So the transfer market just beginning to ramp up.
It is indeed. Alex, how do you think that will go down? You're at the Emirates, of course you are, on a regular basis when you cover matches for talkSPORT. What do you think? I mean, we'll put it out here this morning, Simon and myself, but what do you think will be the gut reaction from Arsenal fans? Because he's never really fitted in with Arsenal, has he?
No, he hasn't. And there was that incident when he was stripped of the captaincy. It's a love-hate relationship, I think, between Arsenal supporters and Granit Xhaka. I have seen some comments suggesting that maybe £15 million for a player of his experience is a bit low, but I think Arsenal were just keen to get him off the wage bill. I don't think he'll be the only departure. I think if they can offload Willian, that's been a disastrous transfer for Arsenal, they would do. And Hector Bellerin as well, attracting interest from foreign clubs, the likes of Paris Saint-Germain and Atletico Madrid. If Kieran Trippier moves to Manchester United, Bellerin could well be a contender to replace him there. It's that domino effect, isn't it, that we spoke about last week. As one move happens, in this case Granit Xhaka, it paves the way for another in Neves. I think what we do know is that Arsenal have to rebuild this summer because it was a terrible season. There's no two ways about that.
Alex, we really appreciate that. Alex Crook, first with the news there. Granit Xhaka, deal done. He's agreed terms to go to Roma. Mourinho now in charge of Roma. José Mourinho will be on Breakfast tomorrow. You don't want to miss that with Alan Brazil, because we will put it to him. Why? Why do you want Granit Xhaka in over in Serie A? Simon, what's your take on that? Interesting bit of news that, you know, a player who doesn't really fit the jigsaw at another club, an Arsenal, a big club, but seemingly fits it in a big club in Italy.
Well, it's Mourinho building a side that's going to be difficult to beat, and Granit Xhaka will fulfil a certain function that Mourinho often puts into play, which is players that are holding midfield players that will do a certain type of job. They won't inspire you, they won't get you further up the pitch, be more creative for you, but they'll do a certain type of job. You know, I don't know what's left on his contract at Arsenal, and also one has to accept the fact that the marketplace isn't where it was, so £15 million in this marketplace might be £25 million in another marketplace.
Yeah.
The interesting one for me is Ruben Neves, because a lot was made of Ruben Neves. There was a lot of furore about Ruben Neves in the Championship when he was at Wolves and they were flying, and he scored a wonder goal in a particular game, and everyone was looking at him as this revelation that had been brought in to the Championship via Wolves and the Portuguese connection. But when you look at him, I don't know what he is. Is he an attacking midfield player? Is he a defensive midfield player? Because if he's an attacking midfield player, he don't score no goals.
No.
Look at his goal-scoring record in the Premier League, and look at his goal-scoring record for Wolves ad infinitum. But just because of that may well be because of the way that, you know, Wolves set up, Arsenal set up differently. He may be a revelation. I mean, Eric Cantona was a marvel at Leeds, but no one saw him being as phenomenal at Manchester United as he was, you know, as they saw him at Leeds. So, you know, so players find different places, don't they?
They do indeed. So tomorrow morning we will hear more on the acquisition of Granit Xhaka to Roma from Mourinho himself, because he will be on Breakfast. Mourinho, of course, probably the biggest name you could imagine as part of the talkSPORT team at the Euros. It's going to be terrific. 9 a.m. for Mourinho, is it? 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. We're going to be hearing from José Mourinho.
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Thursday morning, 10 till 1. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.